Hi everybody, Quinton, the Mayor of Kansas City. Thank you for being here, and we wanted to talk about our snow preparations in preparation not just for one but two winter storms that are heading towards Kansas City. One, of course, as you can tell from looking outside, we're already experiencing, and our snow team has been working around the clock. We're in the Salt Dome right now where we're seeing both large vehicles and small vehicles getting ready for salting and plowing over a 24-hour shift each day until such point as we don't need to be out. Our overnight shift tonight will be the most important. Our goal is to have all roads cleared within 12 to 24 hours after snowfall ends. That, of course, will depend on the amount of snow and the temperatures after the storm. If it is colder, of course, we will need to continue to salt our roads. In case you're wondering, we have 400 plus drivers, nearly 300 plows, and 40,000 tons of salt ready to go. Again, 400 drivers, above 400 drivers, 300 plows, and 40,000 tons of salt ready to go. Our city-owned parking garages will open free of charge to allow residents to move their cars to covered areas and off our streets. Residents should also move their cars off-street if possible, or to the north and west sides of the street in accordance with our snow plan. This will allow room for city plows to move through the roadway clearly. And do not park on marked emergency snow routes. Again, we ask, don't park on marked emergency snow routes. This allows our drivers to make sure they're getting through the streets. City operations in Kansas City, Missouri will be remote only tomorrow to further keep vehicles off of our streets and avoid the need to be driving during the storm. The municipal court will also be operating remotely on Tuesday. Check kcmo.gov/court for any details. You can also track our snow plow progress at kcmo.gov/snow. That's kcmo.gov/snow. And we always encourage our residents to stay safe and at home and off the roads if you have the opportunity to do so. Of course, when we think about serious winter weather, it isn't just snow or wintry mixes, but also the cold that can be important for all of us to make sure that we address. For our cold weather preparation for all populations, including our houseless population in Kansas City, we have 140 beds available at Hope Faith Ministries, Unity Southeast, and True Light that are open for those to stay warm. The locations again are at Hope Faith, Unity Southeast, and True Light, and that's 140 beds available. Once the temperature drops below 32 degrees, there will be an additional 140 beds available. If the temperature drops below 25 degrees, as we may say this weekend, an additional 80 beds will be available, and an additional 100 beds will be available at 0 degrees. Who's done the math? No, that's a total of 450 beds that will be available additionally here in Kansas City for cold weather, both throughout this week and as we get incredibly low temperatures this weekend and early next week. Nourish KC and other local partnerships will help us provide hot and healthy meals to all locations. Our guests will also be offered services including mental health services, transitional living support, and medical care. And we will note that the Greg Kleist Community Center, Lion Creek Community Center, and the Southeast Community Center will be open Tuesday, January 9th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, that's the Greg Kleist Community Center at 17th and Paseo, Lion Creek in the Northland, Southeast Community Center, 63rd and Swope Parkway, which will be open on Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. One other point, I promise I'll get out of the way. Our trash will be collected on a holiday schedule, including bulky pickup. If your trash is to be collected on Tuesday, it will now be collected on Wednesday, and so on throughout the week. All trash will be delayed 1 day from your scheduled pickup day. Again, all trash will be delayed 1 day from your scheduled pickup day starting tomorrow. The reason for that is because drivers will be moved to snow operations, and this will help keep trash trucks off the roads during the storm, allowing our drivers to make sure they are addressing this storm. A few thanks, and I'll get out of the way for the city manager. First of all, to the hundreds of Kansas City employees, we thank them for being out here, particularly with challenging shifts, challenging temperatures, changing climate, and more than anything, sometimes challenging drivers. We encourage you to give them space as they go around our streets. We thank not just our Kansas City snow team, but all of those in cold weather preparation, including our Office of Houseless Services, Josh Hinges, and everyone in the housing department who's working with us on those. And we thank everyone who is heeding this advice to stay off the streets if they're able to do so. We continue to believe in making sure that we have plans to address these storms proactively. We have been working and preparing for this since the summer. That's thanks to the leadership of our City Manager, Brian David Platt, who I'll introduce now. City Manager.
We've made some significant improvements in our snow removal operation over the last 3 years or so. We've transitioned to a 24-hour-a-day operation. All day long, we have people out working to clear snow. We have a curb-to-curb snow removal operation, meaning we're trying to clear snow from the entire roadway. We've added dozens of trucks and 100 new drivers over the years using existing resources, repurposing and retrofitting existing vehicles to make sure that we're using the resources we have much more efficiently and much more aggressively. We're using new technology. We've got tablets in every single snow removal vehicle that in real time track exactly where every plow is and tell drivers exactly what they need to do next on their routes. Behind me you'll see some blue salt. It's called Ice Band. Another new type of product that we're using that works in much lower temperatures and is much better at melting ice. It's also much less caustic to the environment. It's a different type of salt, magnesium chloride. We're really excited about the improvements that we made. Every single snow event that we have is an opportunity for us to make sure we're making improvements and doing better. We are ready for this no matter how much snow we get. Thank you.